Hey guys, welcome back. So, quick disclaimer, my eyebrows are stepsisters right now. Yeah, just want to get that out of the way. Anyways, let's get started. I primed my eyelids with the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. I'm taking the Morphe 35B eyeshadow palette and I'm taking that yellow shade and I'm going to use it as a transition shade. I'm going to use that and just messily put it everywhere. It doesn't have to be neat. And with this yellow eyeshadow, I did have to layer it quite a lot, or you know, just do it until you feel like it's right. I wanted the yellow to be noticeable. The next shadow I'm using is the orange one right next to that yellow one that we just used, and this one is gonna go right below the yellow that we just placed. So I didn't like, well, it's not that I didn't like that color, it just wasn't enough for me, so I went into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I used the color Realgar. I don't know how you say that, but I'm gonna say Realgar. So I used that color. After that's nice and blended, I'm gonna go back into the Morphe 35B palette and get the red shade above the orange shade that we just used, and I'm gonna pack that on with the brush that comes in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And initially when I put it on, I felt like it was too orangey, so I went back into the Renaissance palette and I used red ochre and then packed that onto the lid. On this look, I blended so much, it's not even funny. But yeah, that's the key to this look. You have to blend, 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 and blend. Now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills World Traveler palette, and I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush and I'm just gonna kind of create a wing with it. Not really, it's kind of messy, but I'm just concentrating that on the lash line and on the outer corner, and I'm gonna layer that until it's not dark brown but just noticeable enough. And again, I'm going back and I'm going to blend that with the red that we have on the lid. This step is totally optional. I just want to add a little something else. But now we're going to do a wing. And after that, you are going to put some lashes on. So I always speed through this just because I don't think you guys want to see it. If you guys want a video on that, definitely let me know in the comments down below and I will get that to you guys right away. Okay, so while I was filming this video, I had my iPad right in front of me watching Grey's Anatomy, and that's why I kept looking over. So if you guys see me constantly look over to the other side, then you know I was watching Grey's Anatomy. Okay, so prime your face. Prime your face with whatever primer you want. I'm using the Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm. Once you have that done, I am going in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation in the shade 4.0. What I like to do is kind of dot it on the Real Techniques sponge and then dot it all over my face. That way I get it everywhere. And then I go back in and blend it. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium and Light. Just because the medium's too dark and the light is way too light for me. So I mix both of them to get my perfect color. Okay, so after you blend that, you want to set it. The powder that I'm using to set is the RCMA No Color powder, and I ordered this online. I think it was like 13 bucks. But yeah, pretty cheap and it works amazing. I do bake under the eyes and on my forehead just because I make a lot of facial expressions. And if I don't set it, then my foundation will separate there. Okay, so now we're gonna contour, and that didn't go as planned, so let's do it again. There we go. So I don't know, I normally don't choose just one shade, so I use all three of them. And I'm using one of the brushes that I got in the kit that I got at Walmart. Works amazing. So, you know, do your thing. And then after that I'm brushing the powder away with that same brush, just because the color that's left over gives me a little bit of color everywhere else too, and I don't want it to be just like powdery white either. Time for highlighter. The highlighter that I am using is by Becca in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. It's Champagne Pop. Of course, it's my favorite one. I'm just kind of putting that everywhere I can. For under the eyes, I'm using red ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette, and just with a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna run that under the lash line. You can do it if you want. If you don't, that's cool too, I guess. And then for the inner corner highlight, back into the Renaissance palette, I'm using Vermeer and Primavera. For lips, I'm using the liquid lipstick by Tarte in Bestie. I used a nude just because there was so much going on in the eyes. I didn't want the lips to draw attention away from the masterpiece we just created. I don't know why I always have to use glitter, but I'm using a glitter. The glitter that I'm using is Midnight Cowboy by Urban Decay. We're just gonna put that on the outer part of the wing. You don't have to do this. I just like glitter a lot. And then we're gonna set our face with the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. And I go back in with a sponge and kind of just like, not spread it everywhere, but kind of soak up what's left of there. And that is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right here. Wait. No, I think it's the other side. I don't know what side it is, but just hit the subscribe button for me. I'll see you guys next time.